It is another Sunday, and I'm trying to make a habit of this. So I washed my face and I put on a tie and I came to work here in my bedroom. So this sort of counts as a gig, I guess, and on some level it doesn't. This is me practicing and enjoying the company of all who might drift past on the great and glorious internet. Hey, last week I did my first one of these and it was very quiet. It was hard to hear. I remedied that, I believe. I haven't heard this yet. It might not be louder. I remedied this in two ways. One, I bought some equipment. I needed a new preamp interface to get the microphone into the computer anyway, because I do a lot of recording. So that was great. And I remembered that I'm just kind of dumb. Kind of dumb and poor. This microphone is not a fancy microphone. This is not the sort of microphone that you can be all the way across the room and it'll pick you up. No, this is like a stage mic. This is like James Brown throwing it around. It's a good, solid, reliable microphone, but its job is you got to work with it. So here I am working with it. We'll see how that works when I'm fiddling and singing. Hopefully better. I'm going to pick a card. That seems to be my custom, my habit. Yeah. All right. That says Irish Reels. Can you see that? Can you see that? There it is. Irish Reels. I know some Irish Reels. Hopefully I play them well. Let's do a set of 3. Let's do 3. Let's see if I can pull this off. The third one sometimes escapes me. They are in E minor. I believe the last one may wander into D. It's a 3-part reel, that one. The first 2, we'll see if I get it right. I think of them as single reels, which means they repeat themselves. They're A, B, A, B, A, B. That's what I mean. I don't know if that makes sense to anyone but a fiddle player. All right. Woo. Those were fun. Um, that was the Dunmore Lasses, the Morning Star. Sorry, I guess that actually shifted to the relative major there. I think that went to G, didn't it? The Morning Star, and then the Cup of Tea was that last one. And let's just say it's been a while. I used to play that. Oh, this time of year actually reminds me of it. Not just because a cup of tea would be nice as well as my cup of coffee, but because I was doing a really cute Irish session on the Upper East Side. Oh, 3 or 4 years ago during the winter. Very specifically, it was the winter. There were a couple of them that that I had to miss for the cause of there being snow on the road. I guess it was just one of those. Hey, I'm going to stop talking because coffee. But yeah, I was playing tunes with a couple of cats from NYU that wanted to have a little session, and the bar owner contacted me. It was just like, I don't know what to do for these boys. Come on down. I'm like, all right, cool. Yeah, let's do it. Cup of tea was one I learned during the course of that. All right. Swing era. Swing. Bada, bada, bada. Let's do something kind of easy for me. And again, it's got to be easy because I don't have a guitar backing me up. And if you're playing the guitar, I'm hoping that it's actually helpful for me to tell you things like key of G. Key of G, right? Yeah. Let's do a little Paper Moon. Well, it's just a paper moon hanging there in that cardboard sky. But it wouldn't be make-believe if you believed in me. Without your love, it's a honky-tonk parade. Without your love, it's a melody played in a penny arcade where, yes, it's a Barnum and Bailey world. Just as corny as it could be, but it wouldn't be make-believe if you believed in me. Good morning. I like the little impromptu pizzicato plucked fiddle solo there was I'm just not very quick at getting the fiddle back to my jaw sometimes, I guess. Mm. Um Paper Moon, I used to do that. I heard that on a CD that I got at the gift shop of the Museum of Television and Radio where I used to work, and they used to stick me in the gift shop. The guy that was running the gift shop would take lunch. He'd take a break. Like he was stuck in the same place all day long, whereas us usher people moved around. So they would give him a break. They would put one of us in there, and I got kind of to be the go-to guy for that. 'Cause I'm all about being retail. I'll sell you a dream, including myself. Aren't I a dream? Yeah, there was a CD in there, and I was just like, I'd been there months looking at this thing, going, yeah, hits of the 1940s, like. These are classics. I should know these. I know some of them. I don't know them. Anyway, I learned it off of that, and I used to do it in the cheese shop on 9th Avenue, which was this hilarious gig I had for a great big Turkish guy who was just, I think there might be a cultural thing where you have musicians in your cheese shop. I don't know. I might be just going on that one Monty Python skit, but yeah. I had a gig in a cheese shop, and it was wonderful playing amongst the cheeses and there were garlands of dried okra hanging from the ceiling and dried sturgeon fish. Wonder where that place is. It might still be there. It might still be there. I don't think they've got a fiddle player. Should check it out. Next card, shall we? So that says Rag-ear North American Fiddle Tunes. Rag-ear. So yeah, I recently played this one for Keith. Let's see if I actually remember it, because there's another tune that's very similar. And that's the other one that sounds similar. Let's think of the real one. This is Silver Bell. 2 parts. The first part is in D. The second part is in G. So watch out. Like I say, ragtimey. Yeah, Silver Bell. Which, like the fiddle tune Red Wing, is about. It's the tune of an old Tin Pan Alley ballad about an Indian princess named, in this case, Silver Bell. So, yeah, brings me to the long and interesting discussion of, do we chuck things like that on the rubbish bin of history? Because it's kind of insulting. I mean, Silver Bell's fine. I'm sure she falls in love with a chief who paddles his canoe and is fine. They're not horrible stereotypes, but they're definitely not written by a Native American. It's interesting. Culture. It's how we speak about ourselves. But it's a great tune, so I'm happy to have it in the repertoire. Okay, next card. Ta-da! What does that say? That says, oh, great. That says later jazz and also chanson. So what does that mean? So a lot of my jazz interest and knowledge, it gets right up to 1940. And then past 1950, it either loses my interest or it becomes so difficult that I would have to dedicate my whole life to being Dizzy Gillespie. Like, I would have to become a bebop musician entirely with every ounce of my soul. And instead, I like to spread my ounces and do lots of things. So generally, when I'm approaching jazz, I'm doing ragtime stuff. I'm doing Dixieland numbers. I'm doing earlier swing. Not the masterpieces of later. I'm all about some Monk and some Mingus and some Miles, but it ain't me, brah. I can't give it what it needs. So this card also says chanson, and that's like the French pop, sort of jazzy pop of the 50s and later. I love those tunes. There's a bunch of those I'd like to have. Bossa Nova should be on this card as well. But I'm not going to do any of those things. No bebop, no bossa nova, no chanson. Let's do a waltz. Yes, my friends, an actual jazz waltz. Do I get away with this? It's a Mancini thing. And it's in D minor. Anybody got their D minor harmonica out? There we go. Yeah. Okay, so this was like the theme song to a spy thriller, although it was a charming and kind of goofy one, if I remember correctly. Not quite as goofy as the Pink Panther, but approaching that. And yeah, essentially he took like the classic French minor swing kind of sound and made it into a waltz. charade. We were like children posing, playing out games, acting out names, guessing the parts we played. Rhymes with charade. Oh, what a hit we made. Not charade. We came on next to closing. Best on the bill. Lovers until love left the masquerade. Charade. Fate seemed to pull the strings. I turned and you were gone. While from the darkened wings the music box played on. Sad little serenade, not serenade, a song of my heart's composing. I hear it still, I always will. Best on the bill, charade. Yeah, I always say charade. Hello. Charade. I mean, come on, it's supposed to be sort of Frenchish, right? Charade, not charade. I'll get over myself, I promise. Next card. Okay, so what does that mean? That means that I'm not allowed to just go for my default southernness. Like, it's got to be a Yankee fiddle tune, right? All right. I want to play you something that I used to play on the streets of Montreal, actually under the streets of Montreal because it was down on the subway. I learned a bunch of tunes. I went to the library. I took out some discs. I wanted to learn some traditional Montrealer, Quebecer tunes. And this one is much more French than French Canadian, but the recording was definitely like it's a fiddle player and a harmonica player. Like it is Quebecois as anything, but it is the Marche du Boulanger, which sadly does not mean the baker's march. I know a butcher's march. That's an Irish tune. But no, this is not the baker's march. This is the march of a guy named Baker, who was, I think, a French general or something. But yeah, this is General Baker's march. Marche du Boulanger. It's got 3 parts. The first 2 parts are in G, and they do not repeat. You know, it's A, B, and then the third part does repeat A, B, C, C, A, B, C, C, A, B, C, C, and that third part is in the key of D. That's how fiddle players think. I hope that makes sense to anybody who's actually trying to play along. All right, G. All right, here we go. I take you now to Place des Arts, the fiddle station, the metro station underneath. Oh gosh, yes. that was fun for me. That was like a postcard from another day, another hour, another year. I guess that was back in 2006. I think we were in Montreal in 2006. Just spent the summer and part of the fall, part of the spring. It was glorious, and I made what money I made. I made it playing in the subway and on the street. Because I was an illegal immigrant, man. You didn't want me taking the jobs of Canadians. And yeah, there was a constant struggle for spots in the subway, man. I'm glad they didn't get wind of me because they might have called ICE. Although I assume that the Canadian corresponding agency is maybe a little less terrifying. All right. Ooh. This is our next card. It says Honky Tonk 2. And yeah, it's meant to be country music like after the 50s. It's meant to be the later end of that. Cuz I could do old-timey country songs all day long, but yeah, that's a bit of a challenge there. Gosh, I don't know if I can sing it here. Well, I'm just a bartender, and I don't like my job, but I don't mind the money at all. I've seen lots of sad faces, heard lots of bad cases of folks with their back to the wall. Well, I got 4 walls around me to hold in my life and to keep me from going astray. And those honky-tonk angels to hold me tight and keep me from slipping away. Well, I can light up your smokes, yes, and I'll laugh at your jokes, and I'll watch you fall down on your knees. I could close up this bar, yes, and gas up my car, pack it all in, mail in my keys. But I got 4 walls around me to hold in my life and keep me from going astray. And that honky-tonk angel to hold me tight and keep me from slipping away. Now the smoke fills this bar. No, I got it wrong. Now the smoke fills the air of this honky-tonk bar, and I'm thinking of where I'd rather be. But I burned all my bridges, and I sunk all my ships, and I'm stranded at the edge of the sea. I'd never do that. Never do that tune. Gosh. Well, that's a throwback to when I used to run a session in Silva, North Carolina, and I had a gentleman who would come in and he would sit with us and he would sing. He didn't have an instrument, and most coffee shop get together sessions are all about instruments, especially if you're in Western North Carolina and it's all going to be about bluegrass and old timey. Well, here was a guy that he liked all that, but what he came to do was sing. And he would sing these just heartbreaking, serious classic 70s country songs. Like he had George Jones, he had the lot. So there's to Dave Martin. I hope he's still kicking it out there. Um, yeah. All right. That says Ren Fair. Yeah, that's me being goofy. Okay, so I wanted a genre card that encompassed everything that was before classical music, everything we know about European music before classical music. So I wanted it to be medieval and Renaissance and even a little bit of Baroque stuff. And yeah, Ren Fair, because you go to one of those things. Have we been to one? Have you ever been to one? I went to one, but I had lots of friends that were into them. And again, you walk in there, and you're like, what century are we actually supposed to be here? Because I'm seeing like Vikings and I'm seeing Elizabethan courtiers and I'm seeing, yeah, that's musically exactly what I want, a mishmash. And it specifically says Mediterranean because I got another card that says British. There's a lot of English stuff I want in my repertoire because it leads directly to what I play now in Anglo-America. But yeah, the Mediterranean stuff is the exciting stuff to me. Italian, Spanish, medieval, Renaissance. And having said that, I don't know what I'm going to play. Huh. Yeah, okay. That was good. Um, I guess it's late now, but that was sort of an A minor. Um, and sort of because, it's an era before major and minor had been really decided upon. let's remember, culture is what you make of it. And yeah, it was not made by our standards of tunes being in major and minor. Okay, first one, which I've sort of ended with there also, is a branle. I don't know how you say that in French. I definitely don't know how you say it in medieval French. But in English, they would render that dance as a brawl. So it was like a peasant brawl. And there are lots of them, lots of brawls. That one's called Cassandra. And then the second tune was one of the cantigas of Santa Maria, and those date to basically the mid to late 1200s. I mean, we're talking antiques. We're talking antiques. Brush some dirt off that and take it down to the pawn shop. See what we can get for it. Yeah. That was fun. Let's see. What else we got? That tune is Jug Band. You know, I do so many Jug Band tunes that I want to push the envelope a bit. Okay, experiment time. Yeah. Experiment time. Oh, this is gonna. Hey, everybody, this is gonna be terrible. Please enjoy. No, I really wanna. Well, once I lived the life of a millionaire. Spending my money, yes, I just did not care. Plenty of friends out for a real good time, buying bootleg liquor. Buying bootleg liquor. Bootleg legger. Yeah, nice. I don't think this is going to work so well. Here, let's play it for a bit. Well, once I lived the life of a millionaire, spending my money, yes, I just did not care. Oh, plenty of friends out for a real good time, buying bootleg liquor, champagne and wine. Oh, then I began to sink low. Couldn't find me a friend, had no place to go. If I ever get my hands on a dollar again, gonna hold on so tight, gonna make that ego grin. And nobody knows you. Know when you're down and out. Nobody knows you. Better listen what it's all about. In your pocket you ain't got one penny. Nope. Your friends, well, your friends, nah, you ain't got any. Just as soon as you get up on your feet again, watch them come running back to you, your friends. Oh Lord, without a doubt, there is nobody wants you. Ah, I want to be able to do that tune. Um, and some might contest that's not a jug band tune. That's like Nina Simone. Well, no, it actually qualifies, I think. Like juke joint, barrel house, gut bucket. There is this world of early American pop music. And I'm saying pop to mean popular. It's folk and it's folkular. It's jug band. I think it counts. Yeah, that one's in process. Thank you very much. Hmm. Okay, next tune. Next card says Euro Asiatic, which again is basically my way of signaling to myself. You do a little klezmer, you do a little like Mexican. Why don't you spread the field even further? So, European, Asiatic, go for it. What you got? I've been thinking about my time in Montreal lately, so we're gonna stick to some French stuff. All right, and I haven't played this either since like the Metro. Mm. It's French, I believe, from Gascony, and it's on one of the Alan Lomax records that he put out of music that he was going around and actually collecting, live field recordings back in the 60s. Um, Woo! Got there. Took a little while. Took a little while to get back on that horse. Wow. Those were recorded by a gentleman named Luc Charles Dominique, who I believe is actually a professor. So it was a live recording, but maybe it wasn't made with a toothless old man in a vineyard somewhere. Academics, they have some use. Please don't take us all out into a field and burn us. Hmm. Um. Hey, you want to do another song that I probably shouldn't do because I don't know it? Let's pick another card. Let's see what comes up. Hmm. 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 It says early ragtime and blues, which again is that sort of, is it jug band? Is it jazz? What is it? Hmm. I've been trying to think of this one lately because I would love it, but I can never remember how to start it. Yeah. Well, after you've gone and left me crying, after you've gone, there's no denying you'll feel blue. You'll be sad. You lost the best friend that you ever had. Will there come a time? Don't you forget it. Well, there come a time. You're gonna regret it someday when you feel lonely. Your heart will break like mine. You want me only after you've gone. Oh, after you've gone away. Someday when you feel lonely, your heart will break like mine. You want me only after you've gone. Yeah. Ooh, it's been a while. I like that tune. Hmm. Hmm. We got less than we almost got 5 minutes, which is plenty of time if I don't just talk and talk and talk. But I'm actually gonna talk and talk and talk and just quickly mention, if you enjoyed my little show, which is like seeing a busker. If you wanted to put $1 in my fiddle case, you'd have to get on the internet. Oh, wait, you're on the internet. You'd have to get on the internet and you'd have to go to Ian Moore Plays Fiddle at bandcamp.com. Ian Moore Plays Fiddle. And when you get there, you'll see it's my little shop, and it's got CDs for sale. You could buy a CD, Or you could just buy a track off of a CD. Really, like you don't have to. Just looking for $1 here. Or that's the joy of Bandcamp. If you wanted to pay for a track, a single song, you could give it $1. Or you could give it $25,000 if you felt like it. You know, if you have that laying around, just money to burn. Pick a last card, shall we? I think so. Yeah, all right. I mean, I'm a fiddle player. I'm supposed to be doing fiddle tunes, and I know some jigs. But of course, I'm going to make it difficult for myself and pick ones that I don't do often enough. So yeah, let's do two in the key of E minor. The first one will be the Monaghan jig, 3 parts. I'm doing the 3-part version. Yes, I know there's a 4-part version. It's very fancy. I mean, I could say it's too difficult, but more to the point is I just don't get it. It doesn't have a logic, that 4th part. It's like it's a scale exercise. It's cute and all, but I'm not interested. Wow, listen to me. The Monaghan jig, and then I'm going to do Lanigan's Ball, hopefully. Right? Yeah, that's it. Okay. And yeah, this is for the folks in Celtic Blend who I haven't played with in a long time, and I hope they're okay. 'Cause gosh, they're sweethearts, and some of them are kind of older than me, and that's dangerous in this day and age of the corona. So watch out, everybody, all right? Be smart, be safe. Yeah. Monaghan, Lanigan. Um, hmm. Well, once again, thanks for coming and watching me practice. that's essentially what these little bedroom sessions are, and I really miss all my friends with guitars. Just anything to keep that chordal underpinning sensible and cohesive. I have done my best to stay sensible and cohesive, but you know me. I get a little hairy, a little woolly. Love you dearly, all of you, whoever you are. If you drifted past and enjoyed it or hated every second, yo, what's up? I'm going to give you my heart. Just going to crack that rib cage right open and give you what I got. All right. I'll see you next week, and thanks, bundles.